Greetings and welcome to today's session. Today we are focusing on this paper. It is for CABS Resources Center, August-September 2025. It is a paper for 2 hours and a half. It is a practical paper and it has 2 items. A candidate is supposed to do all the items in this paper. The support files are called CABS Support Files 2025. And now, here is item 1. Your uncle is the head of finance at Sunrise Supermarket. Part of his job is to analyze daily sales records to track business performance and support decision making. However, he lacks advanced computer skills and has approached you for help in organizing and analyzing the supermarket's daily sales transactions to assist in financial reporting. The supermarket management will make the following important decisions based on the report. 1. Any product that generates sales above UGX 500,000 per day will be considered a fast-moving item, while the rest are just normal sales. Number 2, the top 2 best-selling products will be featured in the store's monthly promotions. Number 3, a bar graph must be generated to visualize the performance of the fast-moving products for easier decision making. Your uncle has provided you with the sales records in a file named salesdata.xlsx. Task: using the provided files, analyze and organize the sales data to generate a report for the supermarket's management. So when you are going through this video, you can pause and look at this task closely. So this is the task that I've managed to fit on the screen so that it starts from the beginning to the end. Now, after looking at this very task critically, now we open the support files. Here are the support files. We have item 1, sales data. I'm seeing item 2, my hospital. So sales data inside, I can see we have 1, there is a logo. This logo says Sunrise City Supermarket. More at that, there is performance report.doc. So here is performance report.doc. Then there is also sales data.xlx. So performance sales data.doc. This is a document showing some, it is a demo report which will need you to accomplish it. Then the sales data, this is an Excel template. Let's see what is in Excel. Yes, this is sheet 1. It has customer ID, customer name, number, etc. And we are seeing the values in this very data. Now, we are supposed to use those files. We analyze them and organize the sales data to generate a report for the supermarket. Now, we have seen that in the support files, we have this sales data.xls. That is an Excel file, and it means that we are supposed to use Excel now to have a visual summary of our work, electronic version of the work. So we are going to ensure that we manipulate data using spreadsheets so that we do calculations and generate those sales that are above 500,000. We also group those which are fast moving items, others will be normal sales. Then we filter out and get those top best selling products This one we can do it using Excel, or even we create queries to filter out the best selling items. Then we must have a graph that is in Excel. So finally, we are supposed to make a comprehensive report using the data generated in Excel to have a comprehensive report. That means that attempting this task requires spreadsheets, database to create some queries, and finally word processing. That means that we are going to manipulate data using those three applications. And again, I'm saying a candidate is supposed to use a minimum of 2 applications. That means that now a candidate can choose to use Excel and word processing, those two. But an excellent candidate will go ahead to use database so that you can fetch more scores on this very item. Let's get started. So to begin with, we have seen the support files. So as I'm starting, I'm going to copy these support files. I select all of them, select all, copy, Ctrl A, Ctrl C, or highlight, copy, come to the desktop. On the desktop, we are going to create a folder. So I'm going to create a folder in my names as a candidate, KAKURU BENARD 045 as my personal number. I press enter twice. Inside this folder, I create another subfolder. We are looking at file and folder management. So we right click, go to new folder, item 1. I open item 1 and paste, Ctrl V. Let me also create another folder for item 2. Item 2. I go in our support files. I copy data for item 2, the support files. I see their images, Ctrl A, Ctrl C. I go in my item 2 folder. I paste the work there. So I've pasted the images, the support files in my working folder, and also under item 1, I've pasted the work there. Now, let's begin manipulating data and attempt item 1. I will start by opening the sales data XLX from my folder. Then we start by doing editing. Now, while we are editing, we are going to do the following: editing, formatting, and relevant use of application tools. Let's get started. So here I select my entire worksheet. I'm going to do editing. For example, I can use Arial Narrow as my font style. I increase it to font size 12. That is editing of the support files. I double click to ensure that my content is fitting at least in the columns. More to that, let's do some calculations. So here we can calculate, we are seeing unit price, quantity sold, category, etc. So here we can get unit price times quantity to get total sales. Total sales. So here we can calculate total sales by using a formula or a function. Equal signs, we get F2 star G2. We press enter. So we click in the answer and autofill. There we have used a basic function. I mean a basic formula to get total sales. Then going back to the task and the scenario itself, they are saying any product that generates sales above UGX 500,000 per day will be considered a fast moving item, while the rest are just normal sales. So meaning that one is going to use an advanced function to do the ranking. So we can call it, for example, remarks. And under remarks, one is going to use if function. Let's use the if function. Equal signs if, open brackets, if the total sales are greater than 500,000, comma, open quotes, fast moving item. Is it item or product? Yes, fast moving item, close quotes, comma, open quotes, normal sales or normal sale. We close the quotes and close the brackets. So this is our if. We are trying to give a remark of the sales category. So we press enter, we click in the answer and autofill to get the rest. Double click to ensure that the content fit in the column width. So far, we are seeing that some products are fast moving items, others are just normal sales. So some are fast moving items, others are normal sales. So we are going to highlight this top row. We can bold the top row. We can also apply wrap text. After applying wrap text, we can choose at least where to put our content. Top centered, yes. Okay, so from here we are going to highlight our data and put grids, but before that we are seeing total sales revenue. So here it means that we need to calculate total sales revenue by summing up the total sales. Equal signs, sum, open brackets, we highlight our total sales column, we close the brackets, enter. These are our total sales revenue. Then average sales. Below here we can use average, equal signs average, open brackets, we highlight our total sales column, that is equal signs average, open brackets, H2 to H16, we close the brackets and press enter. So these are our average sales. Next, we highlight our data. Let's highlight our data. We put grids. So from here, we can put all borders, save changes, Ctrl S. Next, we have said that while dealing with Excel, you must put the following. There is an element of copy and paste. You must create a visual summary, which is a graph. You must put headers and footers. You must rename your worksheet. We have already used the basic functions and some advanced functions. We are still continuing. We shall do sorting and filtering. We shall label our graphs and charts. We have put borders. We shall do general worksheet formatting. We shall do page layout and setup. We shall do some background colors. We have so far done wrap text. Now, from here, I would like us to put headers and footers. We go to insert, headers and footers. So here, my header, KAKURU BENARD. We got footer and put our personal number 045. We go back to footer, click in our work. So after doing this, you can see our work has been split. So what do you do? Go to page layout, orientation, landscape. If the work still is not fitting on landscape page, what do you do? Still come here under page setup, click the ribbon launcher under page setup for more. So go there, say fit to paper size A4. So here we select A4 and then we click OK. This work must fit on an A4 page, however big it is. We save changes. Next, one can think of putting at least a UGX symbol because you are seeing unit price in UGX. So I can highlight the column for this unit price. So we select our column for the unit price, even for total sales. We can highlight these two columns. Now, still on the home tab, one can go under the ribbon launcher under the number tab, or right click where you have highlighted and say format cells. Then from there we go under currency, decimal places, reduce them to 0. Then symbol, we type UGX on the keyboard very fast and select it. We click OK. So we have applied UGX symbol on our total sales column and the unit price. Next, the task is saying that any product that generates sales above this is considered as a fast moving item. Then more to that, the top 2 best selling products will be featured in the store's monthly promotions. Then next, a bar graph must be generated to visualize the performance of the fast moving products for easier decision making. So that means that now, after doing this, you can decide to do advanced functions in Excel so that you filter out those which are fast moving items and then also the best 2 selling items. Or from there, if you are not going to do the filtering from here, go and create queries and filter out that. So to begin with, let's use Excel and get those fast moving items alone, and then thereafter we also get the best 2 selling products. Now we are going to highlight this information, the whole worksheet, Ctrl A, we copy, create a new sheet, and we paste our data there. After pasting it here, I would like us now to filter out only fast moving items in this column of remarks. So under remarks, we are going to get those fast moving products. So here, this information at the bottom, we may not need it, or you can leave it there. So, but for now, let's remove this information, and I've removed it. So here, we are going to filter out to get only the fast moving items. So we click under the remarks, the title. Then on the home tab, we come and click sort and filter. And from here, we say filter. When you reach filter, from this, we can now come and select. We deselect normal sales so that we remain with fast moving items. We click OK. So here we have fast moving items only. So one can come and rename this sheet and say these are fast moving items. Then sheet 1, this is sales data. Yes, now we go back to fast moving items. We can highlight it. We go to borders and apply borders on our work. Next, headers and footers, go to insert, headers and footers, 045, go to footer, for BENARD. Go back to header, click in your work, go page layout, orientation, landscape, then go to page setup and ensure that the work fits on an A4 paper. A4, click OK. Next, we are seeing that a bar graph must be generated to visualize the performance of the fast moving products for easy decision making. Now, we are going to get the product name and the total sales. At least we create that visual summary, a graph. So we go to insert. Here we have graphs. One can choose a 2D. If you have seen that your neighbor has generated the same graph, for you go and change the graph, maybe you use a 3D, or if your neighbor has used the 3D, for you can say, let me use a bar graph. Or if your neighbor has used the same graph, you can say, for me, let me use a line graph. Or if you don't want to use a line graph, you can say, for me, let me use a pie chart. But above all, what we need is any graph or any chart to visualize your content. So here, if I've generated, for example, a 2D, now we come to chart design and move this chart to its own sheet. Here, move chart, or right click on it and choose move chart, and then here, new sheet. This can be bar graph. Click OK. So from here, make sure you format your chart. One can change colors if they want, for example, like that. Then under quick layout, we are supposed to put titles and the axes. So here we click layout 9. We put a title, for example, a bar graph, a bar graph, a bar graph showing fast moving items. Press enter. Then click here, that is y-axis. We can call this amount. Press enter. Then click here, we say items. Press enter. So from here, we have labeled our graph very well. You can see this graph has a title. It has y-axis and x-axis. That is the key. So from here, we are going at least to put headers and footers. Go to insert, headers and footers, custom header, 045, click OK. Custom footer, KAKURU BENARD. You must ensure that all your work has headers and footers so that when you are printing, this work is easily identified. So from there, we have sales data, our original sheet. We have a bar graph. We have fast moving items. Now, going back to the task, they are saying that the top two best-selling products will in the store, sorry, the top two best-selling products will be featured in the store's monthly promotion. So now, when you look at these fast-moving products, we are now going to select the best two. So we can highlight this data, we copy, we create a new sheet and paste there. After pasting this information, I would like us now to get we are now going to get the best two selling products. So here, how are we going to do that? Still under total sales, we can highlight total sales. On the home tab, we go to sort and filter. On the home tab, we go to sort and filter. We can come to filter. After that, click this down arrow. We come and at least remove we remove others and remain with the best two. So these are the best two. This one and that one. We click OK. So these are the best selling items. So we rename our sheet. We right click and choose rename and say top two best selling items. So we can put our headers and footers on this work. In the header, KAKURU BENARD. In the footer, 045. Go back to header, click in your work, page layout, orientation, landscape. Then go still on fit to, make sure the work fits on an A4 page. We click OK. We save changes. So far, when you look at our Excel data, we have almost finished everything. Lastly, one can do general editing of the worksheet. We have done text wrap, we have put formulas, page setup, grids, labeling of our charts, we have done filtering, we have used advanced functions, we have used basic, we have renamed the worksheets, headers and footers, almost everything. We are remaining with at least background colors, and we get done from here. So from here, one can highlight our sales data, go home tab, and put some background color. Another one would highlight the data like that. We come still on the home tab, conditional formatting, color schemes. One can do something like that. That is general worksheet formatting. Still on the fast moving products, I highlight my data, under conditional formatting, color schemes, I apply something like that, save changes. Then top best selling products, we can also do something like that. We put a background color, we highlight these two products under conditional formatting, color schemes, we do something like that and save changes. So we have manipulated data in Excel, and most of the things we have achieved them. So we can now do the printing. So begin with the sales data, click File, Print. So from here, check, confirm that your data has headers and footers and it is well formatted. You click on Print. Next, go to the graph, click File, Print. Confirm that there are headers and footers, then click Print. Next, go to the fast moving products, click File, Print. Confirm that this work also has your headers and footers. Click on Print. Next, go to the top selling products, click File, Print. Confirm that this work also has your header and has your footer, print. We are done with Excel and we have achieved whatever has been listed here while manipulating data in spreadsheets. Next, I would like us now to manipulate data using database. Let's say in Excel, you never did all these top selling products, fast moving items, and for you ended here and a bar graph, and you never filtered these ones. That is when you need at least database to do queries. Let's close this data, and now in our folder, we right click, we go to new, and create a Microsoft Access database. We can call it sales data base. We open it, we enable content. Now we have data which is in our sheet 1 of Excel. So we go to external data, new data source, from file, then we choose Excel. We are importing, we browse. From there, we click desktop. In our folder KAKURU BENARD 045, item 1, we are using sales data Excel file. So from this, we are now clicking OK. It is asking us, the Excel that you have selected has more than one sheet. Which one would you like to use? I would like to use sales data, which is on sheet 1. Remember, I'm imagining I've not done top 2 selling items and I've not done fast moving items. I would like to use a database to get those ones. In Excel, I did just sales data and graph. Now we are using database to continue fetching more scores. So I select sales data, I click next. First rows contain column headings must be selected. We click next. Next, then here we choose a primary key, which is customer ID, or if it is a different field, you select it. Next, we give it a name, sales data table. It is okay. We click on finish. Click OK, close. So we have imported our data and it is here. So after getting this data, some columns need to be double clicked so that the content can fit here. Now after getting this data, I would like us to do some formatting and editing of this table that we have just imported. One, we can remove these last cells here. We delete these records. We can also delete that record so that our table is like that. So next, one can highlight this data in the table. Under the home tab, we can still use a different font style. For example, one can say, let me use Times New Roman and let me put it at font size 12. That is editing and formatting. More to that, one can come to this alternate row and you choose any alternating row, something like that. That is formatting and general editing. Save changes. We go back to view, design view. So under design view, we are going to put a primary key on customer ID. Select customer ID, put a primary key. The key goes there. Then we can change, for example, unit price in UGX here. One can come and put here the UGX under format, open quotes, UGX, close quotes, space, put hash, comma, more 3 hashes. Save changes. Or here under total sales, one can open quotes and say UGX, close quotes, space, 0, comma, more 3 zeros. Any of those can work. We save changes. So when I click view, datasheet view, here the UGX symbol is applied. So we save changes. Now, after doing that customization of our table, changing data types, and all that, we are now supposed to create at least access objects like a query. So let's create a query. Create query wizard. Click OK. Take all data from available selected using the double arrow. Next. Let's give it a name. For example, we would like to get the fast moving items. Fast moving items. We modify the query and finish. How do we get the fast moving items in a database? They have said that the products which are above 500,000 are considered as fast moving items. So it means that in our query, we are going to go criteria under total sales. Criteria under total sales, we say greater 500,000. Then we run our query. So these are the fast moving products. So we save changes and close our query. Next, we can also look at the best 2 selling products which will be featured on the store's monthly promotion. So here, one can create still query wizard, click OK, take all fields. We are going to use maybe fast moving items. Next. We can call these ones best 2 selling products. Then we modify the query design and finish. So under total sales, criteria under total sales, we can say greater 700,000. We run the query. So these are the best 2 selling products. We save changes and close our query. Next, one would create a form. So let's create form wizard. We can create a form of the best selling products. I mean of the fast moving items. Take all fields. Next, fast moving items form. We finish. Now, what are some of the things we mentioned here? We said we can put headers and footers, we can do background colors, we can put date and time, we can even put images, etc. So in this form, go to view, design view. So here, we can put date and time. Date, time. Click OK. This will return date, this will return time. So from here, I can right click, I go to fill color, and I choose, for example, that color. Even here, right click, fill color, I put a color. Then below here, form footer, create some space, pick a label, capital A, small a, you draw there, and write there your names, KAKURU BENARD 045, enter. That is a form footer. We have put background colors, date and time, so I can save changes, click view, form view. This is our formatted form with date and time, background colors, and a footer. Next, one can create a report of the best-selling items. So I go to create report wizard, best-selling items. Here I select them, take all fields, next. I can put it in landscape. Next, best-selling products, best-selling product report. From here, I finish. Now, once your report is done, you are seeing some hash. Other fields are smaller. Make sure you modify it, format it, and edit that form. Cross print preview. So one can think of reducing some fields to ensure that data is fitting. So we can begin by putting at least a background color. I also come here, I right click, I put a color, I right click here, I use the existing colors. Form footer, here I create space, pick a label, and write there your names, KAKURU BENARD 045. Then next we are adjusting the column width. I can highlight this customer ID, try to expand it a bit. Customer name, try to ensure that at least the column titles, if the column titles or the field titles are fitting, then the rest of the content will also fit in your fields. So here, customer name has been adjusted. Then phone number, we can also adjust it. Product name can be adjusted a bit. Phone numbers were a bit longer, something like that. Then category was a bit smaller. We can reduce it so that the unit price is a bit expanded because it has UGX. So something like that. Then quantity sold, we can maximize it a bit so that the word quantity is clear. These remarks we can reduce slightly there. Total sales. So we need to work on our column width so that everything fits there. Something like that. First click view, report view. So far, all our fields can fit and the titles are complete. One would take it back to design view and say on my report, let me insert image. I browse, I insert this sunrise logo somewhere there. Save changes. Now you are done with your database. Start printing. Open the table, click file, print, preview. Check. If the data is not fitting like this, put it to landscape. And after putting it to landscape, if the data still is not fitting, one can think of ensuring that this data fits. Go under margins and print it on a narrow margin, or the content will fit on your page. Print, okay. Next, we go to the query, click File, Print, Preview, choose Landscape, Print, okay. Next, go to the form, click File, Print, Preview. You will see your form like that. Now you can print. Okay. Next, open your report, click File, Print, Preview. So this one was already in the landscape. Click Print. Okay. You are done with your database. Close it. Next, we are now going to manipulate data in word processing so that we can produce a comprehensive report about Sunrise Supermarket. Now, in our support files, we are provided with performance report template. This is demo data, or it is draft data, which you are now going to make it final using the data generated in database or data generated in Excel. Let's get started. How are we going to do editing and formatting? We can, for example, highlight all the content. I choose, for example, Times New Roman, font size 13, something like that, and I justify my work. After that, what else can we do with this data? I'm going to make this a different heading, so I can ensure that maybe this one I clear the formatting. I come and choose, for example, Arial narrow. I capitalize it. I center it. I can increase the font size, maybe something like that. Then below here, I want to make a cover page by using this title as the cover page. How am I going to do it? So here, I'm going to apply some shapes. I go to Insert, Shapes. Let me pick a line. Use Shift and draw a straight line. So here is my line. Go under Shape Format, Shape Outline. Can give it some color. You can give it some weight, still under Shape Outline. Next, I'm going to put a logo. Insert Picture, this device. And from there, on the desktop, KAKURU BENARD, Item 1, this Sunrise Supermarket. That is my logo. Can try to expand it a bit. Next, report prepared by KAKURU BENARD 045. Today, 5th August 2025. So this, I can think of changing the font. For example, Arial narrow, bolded, that color, underlined, something like that. This one, I press enter. Let me put double underline, something like that. Now, here I come and press enter so that it is in the middle of my page. Let's reduce the zoom and see how far it has gone. I would like us to ensure that this is centered, that information goes down, something like that. I think it is centered now. We are trying to create a cover page, report prepared by so and so. Now, after creating such kind of a page, let me put this line also here so that my work is a bit unique like that. something like that. So we are creating a cover page. One can think of putting a border on the cover page. Let's put a border on the cover page. Go to page design, page borders. I pick shadow, color. Let me maintain the colors of sunrise, width 6pt. Apply to this page, this section, first page only. I click OK. So here we have put a border only to page 1. We are creating a cover page. That is formatting and editing. Next, let's proceed here. We are looking at next we are looking at introduction. We are saying that the supermarket provides analysis of the daily sales transactions at sunrise, etc. Findings, the total sales revenue. Now here we are going to get the data from Excel and paste it here. So let's open our Excel data. We get our table. We get our table from the sales data template. Sales data. We can highlight this data. We copy and paste. So here we paste. After pasting this data, this data is too big, let's take part of it. For example, we are taking product name up to remarks. Yes, we take this, copy. So from here we paste. After pasting, let's reduce the font size and the border, the cell padding and cell spacing 11. Then here one can say, let me reduce its spacing, something like that. Then we are also going to reduce the column width like that. Do like that. We reduce here like that. Okay. Next, we are looking at products with the sales above UGX 500,000 have been classified as fast moving items. So here we are going to go to our Excel. We get the fast moving items. We take that very column, fast moving items. We select that data, paste it here. So we do the same. Let's get this data. Let's auto fit the columns. These are the fast moving items. Fast moving items. Let's also reduce. So these are the fast moving items. There were 4. Next, the best performing products, the best 2 selling products have been identified on the revenue. These products will be featured on the store's monthly promotion. So we come here, we get the top selling products, select the data. We are taking the product name. These are the best selling products. So here we can press enter. We paste our data. We auto fit the columns. Let's auto fit the columns. Auto fit the columns. These are the best selling products. Next, below is a visual summary representing the performance of the fast moving products. So we can say below is a column graph. Below is a column graph. So we come to our Excel data, bar graph. Actually, this was a column graph. Let's rename it as column graph, not bar graph. So this one, we select copy. We come in our Word document, we paste. So after pasting, we now have everything that we needed for our Word document, for our comprehensive report. Now, to continue, we have to have captions for our data. Let's highlight this table. Here we are saying total sales revenue and average sales per product. So we can have this as our caption. Highlight your table, go under references, insert caption, table 1. This information, it should be above the table. We click OK. So this is our caption for the table. We have put a caption. Next, we have another table here. We need to caption it very well. This table of ours here, we go to references, caption. This one shows fast moving items. Insert caption, table 2, fast moving items. We click OK. So this is also a caption for our table. Next, after doing that caption for our table, we are now going to bring the best performing products. So select these are the best 2 selling products. So select the table, insert caption under references, the best selling products. That is a caption. Next, this is a graph. So we can say a column graph showing fast moving products. Fast moving products. So select your graph, is references, insert caption. Now this one is not a table, but it is a figure. So here we put the details. So this is, now it goes down, the caption goes down. Here we are saying a column graph showing, or a column graph representing the first, a column graph representing the fast moving products, something like that. And we are almost getting done. Now I want us to put page numbers. We go to insert, page numbers, bottom of page, we put those page numbers. Here we have put our page numbers. More to that, I would like us to put table of contents, list of figures. So let's create space here. We create space here, and in this space, I would like us to go to references, table of contents. We can select this. So here we have table of contents. Here is our heading, table of contents. We can highlight it, put it center. We can put it in uppercase. One can choose a color. Next, after table of contents, I would like us to have at least list of tables. Create space here. We need list of tables. So here we are going to have, we go to references, insert table of figures, and here I would like us to begin with the tables, click OK. So let's put a title, list of tables, and here we can also center it. We can increase its font size, color it, and lastly list of figures. So here we can have list of figures, references, insert table of figures, then here insert caption, which is a figure, click OK, and the title, we have list of figures, and it is only one. So here we are making our report final. This report of ours, first of all, has a cover page. From this cover page, the report has a border, it has page numbers, table of contents, list of figures, list of tables, and the entire information with tables and all the information that is needed as a comprehensive report. So from here, one can put at least headers, go to insert, headers and footers. So we insert a header of at least our names, KAKURU BENARD, centered. I cross header and footer. So meaning that the work has headers and footers. One can think of at least putting a watermark only to this page, page 3. I click somewhere, I go to page design, watermark, custom watermark. Sorry, I want to put it only to this page, page design, watermark. Then here I pick any of these. For example, this don't copy, I right click and say insert at current document position. Then this word don't copy, click in it and write your watermark. For example, 045 as my personal number. So after writing that watermark, one can even adjust, let's say I give it a font color, for example red, so that it is seen. That is my personal watermark only on page 2. Lastly, one can think of putting a page color, any page color to your work, page color to your work. We save changes and now we print. Go file, print. So when you look at your work, this is a cover page. When you click print, all the work will come out. That is your cover page. That is page 2, tables, list of figures, table of contents. That is your report, So print and close your work. So we have finally manipulated data using different application programs which involved word processing, it involved Excel and Access. So this is the score sheet. The score sheet looks at planning. So with planning, we are looking at the competencies. Has the candidate selected the sufficient number of application programs with relevant content? So we have been putting the relevant content in word processing, in spreadsheets and database. A candidate must use a minimum of 2 applications. Total weight 2. Then when you are manipulating data, we are looking at the following skills that are picked from this skills table, this here, and we generate what we call a score sheet. A candidate opens and prepares a spreadsheet which can involve copy and paste. A candidate formats data. We have seen that we have changed the text appearance, we modified paragraphs, we have inserted shapes, we inserted images, we have formatted the shapes, we have formatted the worksheet, and all that. We have performed basic calculations such as sum, average. We have also applied conditional formatting. We have performed advanced calculations, if, count if. We have also done queries and filtering of best selling items, the fast moving items, etc. We have done importing. We have done copy and pasting so that we create a general well-formatted report. We have used document referencing features. We have added headers and footers. We have put captions. We have put table of contents. We have put list of tables, figures. We have labeled our graphs very well. We have named our database objects very well. We also renamed the worksheet. This is what the score sheet is all about. And now MP stands for data manipulation, how the candidate is manipulating data using those different application programs. So if a candidate has done from A up to F, we are seeing that this candidate has done more than what is sufficient, that is 5. P, this stands for the product. Now we are seeing if the candidate has generated any two appropriate products. For example, a list of top selling products, a graph summary of more of the fast moving items, and lastly, a well structured report. If at least any of those two are in hard copy and soft copy, then the candidate has done well. So the product and generally item 1, the score sheet, is around 9 to 10 scores, which are later converted to the 30 scale. This has been our session. Please grab a copy of ICT Mastery book S1 to S4. This book has been fully revised to make it the final copy. It has summarized notes S1 to S4. The book is newly revised with standard items for paper 1, fully revised items for paper 2. The score sheets are there. Codes for scoring paper 1. Complete new responses to all the activities of integrations. Newly revised the responses to the 5 standard sets of paper 1. Newly revised the responses to UCE ICT paper 1 2024, meaning that I've included the marking guide of UCE ICT 2024. Newly revised scoring guides for the respective items and evaluation grids for activities of integrations. Why candidates failed ICT items and solutions to the current candidates. This is your best tool to get that A in ICT. When you are buying this book, make sure it has this new curriculum 2025 second edition. When you are buying that book, make sure it has that stamp. Take note of that ICT Mastery for Uganda's competence-based curriculum, S1 to S4 Guide to Theory and Practical Success by KAKURU BENARD. Senior 5, aligned curriculum. We have Mastering Subsidiary ICT for A level. This is Senior 5 Teacher's Guide. It is a competence-based theory and practical approach, Book 5, the aligned curriculum. This is for Teacher's Guide. There is also Learner's Book. Grab a copy of Mastering Subsidiary ICT for A level. Book 6 is also coming out soon. Just wait for the updates. Grab a copy of Step-by-Step Guide Designing Websites Using Microsoft Expression Web by KAKURU BENARD. It is a simple book, but with all the steps needed in designing a website using Expression Web. What if we are WordPress diehards? There is a practical approach on designing websites using WordPress. Since WordPress is one of the leading content management system on planet Earth, please grab a copy so that you design your websites. It even has the steps to host the website you have designed for free, so that while you are out of that computer, you are able to log into another computer and see your designed website. It is a step-by-step guide to creating your own website, the easy way out. Please continue following me on my YouTube channel, KAKURU BENARD, bringing you all KAB's ICT Resources Center. KAB's, we believe that together against digital divide through trainings and resources. The purpose you are seeing me doing all these resources on YouTube, the reason why I'm visiting different parts of the country to ensure that at least we eradicate that digital divide that computer literacy is out in teachers, in the learners, and generally our community. Jabres, keep subscribing, keep following for the latest updates. See you in the next episode of Elements of Construct and Item Approaches. Coming up next will be for paper 1, where we are looking at item 2, how to approach item 2 and item 3 for the second element of construct in paper 1. See you. God bless.